Andre, so you're photographing cyclists, and it's fine for you to photograph groups as well as individuals and to combine that because the way I see this, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is that this is more of a documentary approach that you want not just to photograph the cyclists, but you want to follow these guys and other groups of cyclists that you know over time to show the camaraderie between them, to show the, I don't know, the life pattern that happens when you're a cyclist. So this is more of a lifestyle that you're kind of trying to communicate and friendships that you're trying to communicate, and you're using the bikes as the vehicle for this. So photographing individuals and photographing groups of people, both of those work fine. Your subjects here are two guys, and you got low as they're going past you. They're in like it looks like an older, established neighborhood as they're driving past. So that gives us a sense of where we are. And the crooked street sign here, Ashland and Lake, gives us a sense of where we are. We see an American flag in the background. We also see this woman running in the background, which could speak to the fact that your city is an active city, but it does create a bit of a distraction for me as I'm looking at this image. So that might be something that you would want to edit out. Miguel had spoke about this image and said that there's like a 3D effect to that because you've gotten low. And because of your angle of view. And I agree with that, but I would use the word plasticity. I think there's a lot of plasticity in this image that my eye doesn't settle, that I move back and forth between one cyclist and the other, and then into the background and then kind of come back around. And because overall the image is pretty neutral, but then we have this bright yellow hat and bright red bike and bright blue bike. We kind of jump around between those things to spend time on each individual. That creates a more active frame and makes the viewer pause longer as they're looking at your images. What's going to be really important for you is writing out what shots you want to still complete. That's obviously key to make sure that you have a good variety, that you don't just have one individual portrait and the rest are all group portraits, or vice versa, but you have a good, well-rounded view, and that you're showing us all the different elements that you want to of cycling. So do you want to show us someone working on their bike? We saw that a couple of weeks ago. Do you want to show us like the hangout after at the bike shop, or going to a coffee shop? Like, what do you want to show us about these cyclists and what this community means to you? What is important about the camaraderie here that you want to share with others? So that will be key moving forward, as well as kind of thinking of the order that you'll want to show these in, because your order, more so than anyone else in this class, will be creating more of a narrative, and that narrative needs to have flow to it. So thinking of your order will be really key here. But you're off to a great start. I look forward to seeing your images in the coming weeks.